Hello, I'm here top of Chelsea, Primark, Bold Street End on this very busy, noisy Tuesday afternoon. It really is a busy day. Given those I rightfully criticise, say Ian Bain, MP for West Derby, refugees welcome, Dan Corden, Dan the diversity man, MP for Walton, and many others, no doubt. Given, as I've said before, they work and at times live in London. They are fully aware of what has happened to our capital city. They know exactly why it's happened. Cultural change. No more Cockney sparrows fly over London, and we all know why. There is no hiding this anymore. There's no denying it. It's there for all to see, right? It is there for all to see. So, you'll have to bear with me. I think there's a religious activist behind me just started. So, they know only too well how it unfolds and the end result. They also know how it unfolds. They also know, They also know what's on the way, how it unfolds, and the end result. Should cultural change, transform our glorious city, our cherished city centre, scout schools into different places. Now, the different places it's going to be changed into, I don't need to elaborate or explain, right? I don't need to elaborate or explain. It's self-evident, right? So given they know all this, right, why would they allow the same thing to happen, the same transformation? Why would they sit back and allow the same transformation transform our glorious city? Why would they allow this? They know exactly, as I've said, how it unfolds and the end result. They also know what's on the way here because they've watched it in London, like I've said, right? So it's quite shocking when you think about it because they've got first-hand experience with cultural change. Yet, they are silent as this transformation changes our city to look more and more like London, Leicester, Birmingham, Bradford, many parts of Oldham, Blackburn, Bolton, Bury, Halifax, Rotherham, Keighley, and so on, right? Given they know how all this unfolds in the end result, they are remaining silent, ladies and gentlemen. They are remaining silent, which is quite shocking when one thinks about it. We also know that cultural change has not been for the better of those towns and cities I mentioned. In fact, the complete opposite, right? And given they know all this, right, why are they allowing the same to happen to our glorious city and remain silent? Why, ladies and gentlemen? You have to ask yourself why. They know it's failed in other parts of the country. They know it'll fail here. They can't be that dumb. Not even Ian Bain. Surely to God. Right? Yet, as I've said before, they remain silent, which is quite shocking. It's like me knowing something that's happened, and I know it's on the way to my city to happen again, and I remain silent. That's basically it, ladies and gentlemen, right? Bear with me for any distraction in the background. Sometimes, as I say, you can get your words a bit mixed up and whatever, because it can distract you, but I do my best. All the same, I will continue delivering the awful truth to the good people of Liverpool, right, as to what is happening to our glorious city, our cherished city centre, Scout schools, our economy falling more and more into the hands of new arrivals. That's there for all to see. Delta, Uber, convenience stores, barbershops, vape, mobiles. I mean, the list is endless. Again, no one's saying they're not providing a service, but we can't be beholden to our adversaries for everything we need and depend on, right? So, getting really busy as well, bear with me. So like I say, given those I criticise, given they know how it unfolds and the end result of cultural change, why are they remaining silent as the same transformation changes long-standing proud Scouts communities, our cherished city centre, Scout schools where our children will soon be minorities, if they're not already minorities in certain schools across the city, I don't know. But you see where I'm coming from, you can see the change. I don't have to spell it out anymore. It is there, it is all around. How in the world these different nationalities, cultures are going to become the new Scousers is beyond me. There will never be Scousers, let alone the new Scousers, right? The only Scousers are us, right? That's it. Small amounts of new arrivals could have been blessed and welcomed. Whether or not they wanted to be Scousers or not wouldn't have mattered because they'd be small in number. No one would have noticed them, but that's not what's happened. Too many are coming, right? And they're changing our Scouts' ways, beliefs, values, standards, and that's, as I say, you've only got to walk in and around Kensington and Fairfield, Lawrence Road, and many other proud, long-standing Scouts communities across the city. Bear with me, it's getting really busy. I'm going to call time now because, as I say, you're jumping in and out of people and get your words mixed up. I do my best, ladies and gentlemen, the least I can do, right? These politicians, like I've said, they know what is happening. They know long term this is going to be disastrous for our city, yet they're pretending in Liverpool, where it's failed everywhere else, somehow it's going to be successful here. How? It's not happening, right? Too many are coming in. They're not going to forsake the culture they brought with them. In fact, they're not doing so. They're going to replace ours. That's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. And remember as well, our children and grandchildren will be coming into our cherished city centre soon, assuming they're not coming in now. And we know what they're going to be coming into. An unfamiliar, unfriendly environment, a place. Cultural change isn't stopped. They will no longer recognise. It will be a hostile place. We can't allow this to happen, ladies and gentlemen, right? We just can't. This is our city. It belongs to us, our children, our grandchildren, and all those amazing Scousers yet to be born. It doesn't belong to no one else. Sorry for being selfish, but that's the way it is. Remember, say no to cultural change, yes to Scouts pride, shout it out loud, Scouts and proud. Okay, thank you. Hello, we're still here, top of Church Street, Primark, Bold Street End on this very busy Tuesday afternoon. It really is a busy and noisy day. Once again, from my last video, Joe Owens walks around or even stands still and observes what is happening. And what is happening is real and present. It's not made up. It's not Scotch mist. It's not cultural mist. Sorry. It's not Scotch mist. It's cultural mist. And it's all around, right? Bear with us. It's still busy. It's still very busy, right? It is all around, ladies and gentlemen, right? I did hope that dog wouldn't start barking again. I've waited about 15 minutes. It stopped. I've started a video. So I'll continue. Buskers, religious activists or dogs, Joe Owens will continue. Because what I'm talking about, what I'm discussing is serious. It is very, very serious what is happening here in our glorious city, our cherished city centre. It is very, very serious that if it's not stopped, long term, we will indeed lose our unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity. Not may, could, possible, we will. Right? We will go the same way London, Leicester, Birmingham and many other once proud, unique towns and cities went. They didn't have a Joe Owens in their corner. They listened to their politicians, believed that they were going to address the thorny issue of cultural change, and they didn't. And the rest is history, ladies and gentlemen. Right? We can't allow the same thing to happen here in our glorious city, our cherished city centre. Right? It is serious, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening, right? And if it's not stopped, like I've said, 5 to 10 years' time, where is our city going to be? See, new arrivals have no intentions whatsoever of embracing our ways, right? Or forsaken the culture that brought with them. It's not happening, ladies and gentlemen, right? We know what's going to happen. We can see what is happening. It's not me having to go at anyone. I wish you didn't have to come down here. But if I don't, who will? No one. These reckless politicians will be allowed to get away with what they're allowing to happen to our glorious city. I've said that, right? Bear with me, it's getting very, very busy. As I've said before, I come down here, there's no script, it's off the top of my head, and you're dodging in and out of people, it can be tricky, right? But all I'm saying, these videos will be made regardless. I don't care how loud, how noisy it is. They will be made, because they need to be made, because what is happening, ladies and gentlemen, is serious. I don't think I need to convince the good people of Liverpool how serious it is. It is very serious. That's why, come election time, find a candidate reliable, credible, opposed to cultural change, and give them your vote. And remember, marches, demos, petitions, arguing with the police, that's not going to change anything, right? The proponents of cultural change are quite happy for frustrated people to march, demo, petitions, confrontation with the police or whoever. They're quite happy with that to continue because it doesn't achieve anything. The same sellouts and same useful buggers are still, I wanted to use a stronger word there, but I won't. The same useful idiots are in power, right? So trust me, ladies and gentlemen, you can march, demo, petition, throw bricks at the police, you can do whatever you want. That's not going to change anything. You've got to vote them out and replace them with candidates that are going to be opposed to cultural change and stop what is happening, especially here in our glorious city, our cherished city centre, Scout schools. Our economy is falling more and more into the hands of new arrivals. No society, no community can benefit from being dependent on their adversaries. You can't. If you can, show me where that now prevails, where there's a community that's beholden to their adversaries and that community's flourishing and their culture's thriving. It doesn't happen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to call time again now because it's really, really busy again. But like I've said, this is serious, ladies and gentlemen. I wouldn't be down here at my own time, effort and expense if it wasn't. I know how serious it is. It's very serious. And we must oppose it. Remember, say no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.